Hi. You know what time it is. The promise time. That's right. I actually gave you some warning. That never happened. Who is this? I hope that you are ready and excited for the usual streaming of, well, dad dates, because that's how I'm spending my Saturday night. And I think it's a good life choice. So, today I did post the Amanda alternate timeline, I guess, would be the way that I want to put it. Because that was the darkest timeline, and we're not there anymore. It's over. Now we're in this timeline. This glorious timeline where things are going to work out fantastically. So we're going to continue on with our dad dates, hopefully for a thirstier stream and a less salty. You know, we've got our 2 drinks, straws, all the thirst. It's going to be good. Your body and soul are ready? I'm glad. So, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, which I bothered to create this time, we're going to go through, at the very least, Craig and Hugo. So, my only question is, hi Kayla, my only question is, who do you want to start with? Craig or Hugo? Those are the current choices. Current choices at the moment. I'm not sure. I'm feeling both equally. I want to see the endings to both. I want to see the endings to all of them, of course. Let me see. I'm leaning towards Hugo a bit because I know not a lot of people do Hugo's route. So I don't think as many people have seen it, potentially, as some of the others. I know that everybody and their brother does Craig. Wow. That is not how I wanted that to sound. All right. With that, let's go to Hugo. Hugo Vega. I can commit. I'm committing. I'm sure. It's going to work out great. Oh, Ember, we just started. Oh, and I nearly didn't ask my requisite question. How's the volume? Is the volume all right? Are we going to live? You know, it's my only concern in life. Ever since the first night at Charcuterie Pies, Hugo and I made a point of weekly visits to trivia night. Oh, we did. Nice. Trivia is regular. I'm glad they're not subjecting us to more Quizmaster Quinn, though. Havarti Like It's 1999 has come in first place ever since, despite Provolone 2 Lost to New York's continual efforts to dethrone us. I've been able to do a complete overhaul of the interior of my car thanks to all of the Phil's Auto Care gift cards we've received. Air fresheners, car chargers, you name it. Amanda's riding in the lap of luxury. I love that they only have one gift card from one place. You're getting it for this one place. Doesn't even matter if you have a car or not. Be happy. Aside from the trivia nights, I don't actually get to see Hugo a lot. The end of the school year is coming up, and he seems to be having a lot of trouble dealing with the stress of teaching. Well, I mean, with kids like Ernest. And I don't know if in this timeline they got the dog, because we only got the dog for finishing Damien's playthrough. So I don't know if Ernest has turned his life around. These are questions that will keep me up at night. I should do something nice for him. Maybe help him take his mind off of the screaming teenagers. Books? He likes books. But I would have no idea where to even start with that. He probably reads more books in a month than I've read in the past year. I know he's really into wrestling, but he's been reluctant to talk about it since he showed me his wrestling room. I know he's kind of shy about it, but maybe... Whatever, let's roll the dice. I think I have a plan. Oh, hi, Quinn. All right. Hey, all right, folks. Looks like we finally have the points tallied and we're ready to announce our winner. You know who else is a winner? Me, because I finally just seen just how beautiful and loving my wife is. A few weeks ago, all of the regulars staged an intervention for Quizmaster Quinn. We sat down in a circle and told him that we wanted him to see him get better and love himself. He agreed to start going to couples therapy with his wife, and last time he told us that they adopted a dog together. Oh, Quinn, it's working. It's all coming up, Quizmaster Quinn. That's what this game was all about. It's gonna be okay, Quinn. We all helped. Now we can have fun quiz nights. I love you forever, my Quizmaster Queen. I can't tell which version of Quizmaster Quinn I prefer. Well, with me, you get the same voice either way, so... There were things to like and dislike about both, huh? And the winner is, for the 4th week in a row, Havarti like it's 1999. Ooh, so that means that we've been going on these dates for a month now. Month low-key coupling. Oh gosh, do you think he went to Joseph for that counseling? I hope not. Hugo and I cheers our small slices of camembert and go up to accept our gift card, along with an uncomfortably long hug from Quizmaster Quinn. May Havarti like it's 1999's reign be as long and wonderful as my marriage to my beautiful wife. We make our celebratory round of high fives to the rest of the teams and sit down to finish our cheese board, savoring every last bit of burrata with pesto and slices of tomato. Hey, I got a surprise for you. For me? Yes, and for once, it isn't more cheese. Well, if you think you can somehow top that, be my guest. I pull out a book that I've been carefully hiding in one of my pockets and slide it over to Hugo. Oh, oh my god, my O was almost the same. That's so glorious. Hugo picks up the book and reads the title aloud. Harry Butts, Crapper Keeper. Beaut. I wanted to get you a book, but I figured you probably already own every classical piece of literature. So, I thought this would be fun. For when you're pooping. Why, Ethan, why? Why are you like this? Hugo laughs. You should flip through it. Hugo looks up at me and raises an eyebrow. Oh, he's blushing. We made him blush. After flipping through a couple of pages, he finally comes across the small gift I strategically hid inside. Yes. You're kidding me. Tickets, wrestling tickets. Come on. Let us be good at this one thing. Wrestling tickets. Hugo looks around, worried that he's made a scene. He leans in. You're kidding me. Hugo pulls out the wrestling tickets I hid inside of the Crapper Keeper. This is the World Federation of Wrestling's Power Slam series. Sometimes Ethan does good. Not often, but sometimes. You've been working so hard lately. I thought you'd like them. Like them? I love this. Thank you. But wait, there's 2. Oh, come on, Hugo. Like you're going by yourself. Yeah, I figured we could go together. You'd go with me? Oh, that's so sad. He has no one to go with. Heck yeah. I need you to explain the finer points of wrestling to me, though. Hugo gets up, walks around the table, and effortlessly picks me up in a big bear hug. Secretly strong, huh? I see. I see. Has he been this strong the whole time? Thank you. I let out a little squeak to sort of say, you're welcome. Yes. This look is all of the things. It's the night of the Power Slam. Hugo shows up at my doorstep in a loud, oversized wrestling tee. He's a little blushy and extremely cute. We drive about an hour to another city for the big event. Hugo spends the entire ride teaching me the basics of wrestling and the terminology I need to know. So, it's fake, right? Well, yes and no. While wrestling and the act of hurting another wrestler is fake, the work requires remarkable athleticism and oftentimes results in actual injury. Those people are getting hurt, sure, but not in the way we're led to believe. Historically, wrestling as we know it today was created by carnival workers to fix gambling, and the people who actually believed it to be real and would bet on these matches were called marks. We're learning. We're always learning with Hugo. It's always a good time. That we know that it's technically fake but still choose to suspend our disbelief makes us smarks. Smart marks. Why? Why is your muffler that loud? Why? So I should be watching this for the acrobatics and the tension and the drama and even the storylines. I think that anything or anyone can tell a good story. You just have to look for the story. Even something like what we're about to experience will tell a phenomenal, sometimes understated story, despite a ridiculous premise. Wow. What? I just really wouldn't have pegged you for a huge wrestling fan. Nobody does. I get it. I'm the button-down teacher type. I like poetry and art history. I write dissertations on heavy tomes by Russian authors for fun. And I go to wrestling matches. But I like wrestling. It's a big part of who I am. But because it's considered kind of lowbrow, I feel like I can't share it with anybody because they'll just make fun of me. Till now? Hugo smiles to himself.
Hey.
Till now. Oh yeah, it's time to get our wrestle on. Hugo and I enter the stadium and are directed to the upper level. After grabbing some snacks, we make our way up the set of stairs. The further up we go, the more my heart sinks. I had thought we had gotten good seats, but by this point, the ring looks like a little postage stamp. We finally settle into our spots and wait for the match to start. I'm sorry, I thought I got us tickets on the lower level. Ellipses. I look over to Hugo, who apparently didn't even hear me. He's vibrating with excitement. This is so cool. I guess he doesn't mind. I have to admit, I've been too embarrassed to come to one of these since I was a kid. Oh, Hugo. Oh my goodness, he's been keeping all his fandom inside with his secret wrestling room and never going, and his own son makes fun of him. We must save him from this. We must save him. I will go to a wrestling match with you, Hugo. Everybody needs that friend who will go with them to stuff, or in this case, their dream dad. What's there to be embarrassed about? Everyone here loves wrestling. Plus, who are we ever going to see that we know? We're like an hour out of Maple Bay. Ethan, why would you say that? Okay, bets. Who's it going to be? I guess you're right. So, what do we have to look forward to tonight? Oh man, the lineup is stacked. All the matches are going to be great. But the one I'm really looking forward to is the Eastern Dragons match. The Eastern Dragon? Yeah, he used to wrestle as Pablo Escobar. That's fantastic. But I guess he eventually had to change it. Wrestler names are weird. He's actually an Iranian guy from Utah. Oh, so that's what your shirt's from. Yep, I've been following the guy since his debut in an indie wrestling league, and it's been amazing to see him rise through the ranks and into the professionals. Wendy, Amanda searching for independence. Dad, you're cramping my style. Who's he up against? The corporate shill. Technique-wise, I don't think he's that good of a wrestler, and I don't even think the fans like him. Certainly an interesting character, though. The stadium lights dim and the crowd starts screaming. Butt rock blasts through the sound system and some pyrotechnics set off around the ring. Ladies and gentlemen of the sold-out crowd in Mill Creek, Massachusetts. Who's ready to power slam? Hugo and I scream. We watch two wrestlers, the Southern Dandy and Johnny Snowman, walk out to even more butt rock. The Southern Dandy mixes and drinks a mint julep in the ring before the match. The crowd eats it up. The Southern Dandy's from Maine. Is Johnny Snowman not from the North Pole? He's stealing chives. The Lucian and stuff happening in the chat. He's from Georgia, actually. Another. After a long match, Johnny Snowman, who's dressed up like a muscular elf, does what Hugo calls a German suplex on the Southern Dandy. What did I just watch? I don't know what's happening. This is amazing. Kill him, Johnny. I don't know what's happening, but this is amazing. Did you see what that guy did to the other guy's face? Is he okay? Are they gonna be okay? Wrestling is a sport of communication. All the guys train together to know not only how to perform moves, but how to respond to them. It allows them to look like they're being hurt, but only kind of hurt. The crowd cheers as Johnny Snowman pins the Southern Dandy and is announced as the winner. The next match features a wrestler called Generation Y2K, who comes out looking like a hipster barista. It's Matt. It was Matt the whole time. He takes selfies with fans on the way up to the ring and pauses after everyone to post it onto Instagram. So it must have taken him a really long time to get down there then. He's really playing up the millennial thing, huh? He's sort of the boogeyman to old-timer wrestling fans. His opponent, the old-timer, walks out. Oh. The crowd seems to be divided in who they're rooting for. The old-timer pulls some pretty sweet moves after he takes out a walking cane from under the stage and beats Generation Y2K over the head with it. Up against the ropes, Generation Y2K blinds the old-timer with the flash on his camera phone and is able to pin him to win the match. He takes a celebratory selfie with his unconscious opponent. During a break, Hugo and I leave to get refills from the concession stand. We wind our way through clusters of wrestling fans to get to the line, and this is where we're going to meet somebody. It's not safe. You're never safe in one of these games. Someone will find you. So, what do you think so far? It's just okay. It's actually really cool. I'm glad I'm here with you. I feel like those responses are really appropriate with Hugo because him and Damien are the ones where it feels the most like dates. So I'm glad I'm here with you. The wrestling is cool, but I really like seeing you so enthusiastic. It's, don't say hot, don't say hot. Cool. You know, I'm kind of surprised. I was sort of expecting the crowd to just be a bunch of aggressive, sweaty older guys, but it's so diverse. I've even seen a bunch of families with their kids. Everyone looks super happy to be here. Oh yeah, that's how I got into wrestling. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me and my brothers to matches all the time. There's one gaggle of kids loitering in a corner that are exceptionally loud, even over the din of the stadium. Looking closer, I can't help but feel like these kids seem familiar. Oh God, I know these kids. Lucian, I want to buy some chives. They're Hugo's students. So don't turn around when I tell you this, but some of your students are here. Save. This sounds like a saving moment. This sounds like a date-defining moment. Hugo immediately tenses up. Oh my God, I can't let them see me here. They'll never listen to me again. I position myself between the kids and Hugo, hoping that I can act as a human shield. I glance over at the group of children again, and I recognize that Colin kid. He kicks one of his friends in the shin and laughs. Man, that Colin kid is a piece of work. Colin, if he sees me here, he'll never let it go. He's a master manipulator. We have to get back to the relative safety of our seats. Uh-oh, they're playing the music. What's the plan? A stressful minigame. I think that's the plan. This is a sneaking mission. Create a diversion or just walk back to our seats. Like, we don't even care. Cool guys don't look at their students. I don't know. Oh, can we sneak? I don't think either of us looks particularly sneaky. I imagine I'm in my cheeseburger shirt. Create a diversion, but Ethan is terrible at that. He'll probably just die again. He'll probably just die. Look, over there. Diversion. I turn to Hugo. Hugo, I'm gonna draw their attention while they're busy watching me. Run back to the seats and I'll meet you there, okay? Don't get hurt out there. I'll probably die. As Hugo begins to leave, I turn to the crowd of people and start stomping around and raising my arms as if I'm trying to frighten off a bear. Hey everybody, look at me. I'm a big old wrestling fan who came all the way from Maple Bay to see this event. That's right, because acting like a drunk person will not get you kicked out at all. I wasn't that big of a wrestling fan to begin with, but in the time that I've known it, I've come to find it very endearing. I really enjoy watching those very oily boys get into fisticuffs. Ethan, why? And I hope that you're having a pleasant evening watching them as well. It's working. All of the people near the concession stands have stopped to look at me. I feel my social anxiety hitting peak levels. There's only a finite amount of time I can keep distracting people. Quick, think of something. Just scream. Pull a sweet Jake Peralta. Just scream. Run away. Do a cartwheel. Do a cartwheel. Why not? I summon every last piece of athleticism from my body and go for the full cartwheel with a running start. I immediately fall over, laying spread eagle on the cold floor of the stadium. While people run up and ask if I'm okay, I spot Hugo darting through the doors and back to our seats. Mission accomplished. Hugo and I sit down and breathe a huge sigh of relief. That was close. Now we can hide out for the rest of the night and enjoy ourselves in the comfort of anonymity within a large crowd, because no one will recognize the man who just started yelling and then did a cartwheel. No one knows who he is. It's fine. The lights dim again. This is the match we've been waiting for. The corporate shill walks out to elevator music. He's wearing a three-piece suit and sunglasses. It's Connor. It's Connor, the android sent by CyberLife. Once he gets to the ring, he takes off his sunglasses and rips the sleeves off his skull jacket, flexing his arms for the crowd. One of the people from his entourage produces a graph chart and sets it up in the center of the ring. The corporate shill grabs a microphone. I got a message for the Eastern Dragon. If you'll refer to the graph in the center of the ring, you'll see a quarterly projection of how much I'm about to kick your butt. The whole crowd erupts. Now, if you'll direct your attention to the Jumbotron, we all look up at a PowerPoint presentation titled Kicking the Eastern Dragon's Butt Key Performance Indicators. The corporate shill takes a laser pointer and gives a lengthy presentation on just how and why he'll defeat the Eastern Dragon. He showcases several well-utilized clip art graphics. At least he's got a good presentation. That's encouraging. That was informative. The lights dim again and pan flute music plays. I think it's a pan flute. I'm actually not sure if I know what a pan flute sounds like. Oh, come on, Ethan. You know all the things. The Eastern Dragon walks out to cheers from the crowd. Aren't pan flutes a Central American thing? Hugo shrugs. Wrestling! The Eastern Dragon stands outside the ring and grabs a microphone. Corporate shill, it's nice to see you again. More cheers from the crowd. That was a good presentation. The clip art was a very nice touch. He points at the corporate shill menacingly. I'm looking forward to a nice and exciting match. The crowd doesn't really know what to do here. He's not the best at trash talk, but I promise he's one of the most talented wrestlers you'll ever see. The match starts, and it's just as exciting as Hugo had hyped it up to be. The Eastern Dragon performs some ridiculous aerial stunts that make me concerned for his safety. He does what Hugo calls a moonsault from the top rope onto the corporate shill. The air in the stadium is electric as these two athletes lock arms and try to demolish one another. I can't help but get into it. The corporate shill pile drives the Eastern Dragon, who looks passed out in the center of the ring. He climbs up to the top of the rope and motions to the cheering crowd. Oh no, he's about to do his finishing move, the corporate ladder. The corporate shill poses at the top of the ropes. The Eastern Dragon still isn't moving. Could this be the end of his young career? Get up, Eastern Dragon! You can do it, Eastern Dragon! The corporate shill launches off the top rope in a huge arch. He brings his elbow down on the Eastern Dragon with the full force of a Fortune 500 company, putting local vendors out of business. The corporate shill pins the Eastern Dragon and the match ends. Hugo sinks into his chair. Man, he should have won that. That's right, it was rigged. It was a setup. Boo! Rematch, rematch. I sit down with Hugo. Ooh, Aiden, what's your news? Tell me the news. You know I want to hear it. What a match. It was amazing. I think I'm a fan of wrestling now. Hugo looks over to me and our eyes catch. Now kiss. I'm glad. The event goes on and we have a little downtime before the next match. We decide to just relax in our seats to avoid the middle schoolers. It's unlikely they would even notice us in the upper level nosebleeds. Kelly, what a match and the fight was good too. That's nice. Ba-doom-tsh. I look up at the Jumbotron. Oh hey, they're doing the kiss cam thing. They're doing the kiss cam thing. Are we gonna kiss on the cam? That's actually too much pressure. The kiss cam is a lot of pressure. That's public peer pressure that I don't need. It zooms in on a bunch of cute couples who all do a quick smooch to raucous cheers from the crowd. Aw, that's so nice. And then it zooms in on Hugo and I. What? What? What do I do here? I look over to Hugo and see the same mortified expression on his face. The entire crowd is chanting and neither of us know what to do. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared. You gotta kiss the boy. Kiss, kiss, fall in love. Heather, now that's gonna be in my head forever. Kiss, kiss, fall in love. He's embarrassed though, and we know his students are here. So we're gonna be chivalrous. We're gonna protect him. He must be protected. This is his first time doing this in how long? We can't ruin it. Protect Hugo. I jump in front of Hugo and start giving the camera the finger. They can't show that on television, can they? Ethan is just humiliating himself on this date. I kind of love it. The camera immediately moves on. I guess all of the sweaty violence is fine, but a finger isn't. Thanks, I think. I sit down again, trying to ignore the dirty looks I'm getting from people who came here for wholesome content. Is that just everybody in my stream? Always? I was like, excuse me, this is a G-rated family-friendly stream. So much for laying low, I guess. The rest of the match thankfully goes off without incident. Hugo and I eventually laugh off the kiss cam and get back into the wrestling. After the show ends, he convinces me to hang back and let the rest of the crowd exit so that we won't risk running into Colin and his awful group of friends. Well, we'll have to kiss him now to make up for it. It's not that we didn't want to kiss you. That just wasn't the opportune moment. By the time Hugo and I walk back to his car, most of the wrestling fans have cleared out. The parking lot is surprisingly empty, save for a beat-up car parked a few spots down from us. We warily keep an eye out for any stray middle schoolers as we hang out by my car. Man, that was an experience. Right? It's one thing to watch it on TV, but to be there in person is just wow. Wow. Only Owen Wilson wows. Oh, wow. Thank you again. I would have never gotten to experience this if it weren't for you. It's just me and Hugo in front of the car. In an empty parking lot. I look down. Kind of funny about the kiss cam, huh? Oh. Yeah, it was super funny. But neither of us are smiling. Because it's about to get real serious. We look into each other's eyes and I can feel a warmth radiating from my cheeks. We stare at each other for just a bit too long. Hey, cool shirt. No, why are you ruining this? It was our moment. We were going to kiss. I turn around to see a guy in a hoodie and basketball shorts walking up to us, a duffel bag slung over his shoulder. Oh no, is that the Eastern Dragon? Because he's going to steal Hugo from us. I haven't seen one of those in years. What? Oh my god, yeah. I got it from a trade with this guy from streetsmarks.net. I love that website. Someone always posts these awesome, super detailed breakdowns of matches in the indie circuit. Have you seen those? The name's like J something. JD Slaminger? Yeah, that's him. Those are my write-ups. Oh, it's happening. I'm sorry. We have to let this happen. It was a good run while it lasted, but I can't compete with this. I acknowledge when I've been bested. I will bow out. Enjoy your happy life with the Eastern Dragon. You're JD Slammenzer? You're kidding. Oh man, I'm such a huge fan of your work. It's so nice to meet you. The man vigorously shakes Hugo's hand. Hey. I'm honored. Oh man, I wish I could stay in chat. I have so many questions, but I'll PM you on the forums if you ever want to talk shop. He's gonna slide into his PMs. Absolutely. The man starts walking away. Hugo coughs nervously to get his attention. Is there any chance you could sign my t-shirt? The guy turns around and beams. Sure thing. Wait. Ethan's just like, what's happening? How has this gotten away from me? Is this our new OT3? Mafia Mama J thinks so. That's right. Why choose? It all finally clicks into place for me. You're the Eastern Dragon. I think the most wonderful thing about this game is how quick on the uptake Ethan always is. I mean, he's just sharp. He's on it. He's on the ball. I love your work. Thanks, man. I can't say that. Haha. The Eastern Dragon signs Hugo's shirt, waves goodbye, and walks to his car. I stand there with my mouth open the entire time. That was the Eastern Dragon. I have coffee. I need to drink it now before it gets too late and it ruins my night. Oh. He likes my work. Dude, you're like friends with the Eastern Dragon now. He's gonna PM me. Hugo and I high five. He's so excited he's shaking. Mr. Vega? This date. Leave us alone. Let us have this. Oh man. Colin and his cronies just pop out of nowhere. It was them in the car. They were waiting. My cartwheel didn't work. Oh no. Here we go. I know, kitty cat. Yes, friends. We've seen how friends are in this game. Colin, nice to see you and your friends all the way out here. What are you doing here? I don't see a library anywhere near us. I was watching the Power Slam series with my friend. I was gonna save him because I feel like I'm gonna have to come to Hugo's defense. Fight the children. Ha! Mr. Vega likes wrestling. What a fart knocker. Actually, that's pretty cool. Shut up, dickweed. Nah, man. That's actually rad as hell. Who are you talking to? Probably one of your stupid book nerd friends. All those book nerds. Actually, he was talking to his good buddy, the Eastern Dragon. All of Colin's friends gasp. Guys, come on, he's lying. There's no way the Eastern Dragon would hang out with these losers. Oh yeah? How did I get his autograph then? Colin's friends lose their minds, screaming their heads off. Colin is red with anger. Get Ernest to grab some rocks. See you in class. Ooh! Oh! Hugo just cussed out a student. And I'm into it. Oh my goodness. That's right, Hugo. You get that. You can't say that. Who's gonna believe you? Ooh, dark Hugo. I like it. Who's gonna believe you? Ooh. Now it got real dark. This is going to some places. Hugo and I hop into the car to tune out more of the children screaming. We laugh all the way home. Hugo and I descend the stairs of his home into his wrestling man cave where we both crack a beer. We're both winding down after an exciting evening. So, if you were a wrestler, what would your persona be? Hugo answers immediately. JD Slaminger, my forum name. I gotta represent my literary roots. My costume would be a tweed coat, and my finishing move would be a catcher in the eye, where I poke my opponent's eye out and then call him a phony. That's so great. Everything about that is wonderful. Wow. I've given it a lot. Remember your voices, Sasha. Gosh. I've given it a lot of thought. What about you? I would be Bomb Clancy, Mario Brawl Tolly. Dad. Mario Brawl Tolly, please. Kitty. Just ramping it right up to that R rating. Mario Brawl Tally. I come out in a bright orange Crocs, my hair in a ponytail, while I wield a slotted spoon. Perfect. Matches the hair we have. My finishing move is Don't Forgetty My Spaghetti, where I pin my opponent and force feed them my delicious homemade meatballs. That does not sound how you want it to sound, Ethan. It does not. I'm just now realizing that I don't know any actual wrestling moves. You know, I could teach you some. Hugo's bold on this date. This is just a different Hugo than we've seen any other time, and I'm really into it. He's cussing at his students. He's getting into what he likes. He's being really... That's some innuendo right there. Joey! I can't... All I'm thinking is that's the spicy meatball. I smirk. I'm game. Hugo and I square up in the center of the room, ready to go at it. I'll go easy on you. On Mario Brawl Tolly? Absolutely not. And before I know it, I'm on the floor. Hugo wraps his legs around me and squeezes. I can't move. Knees are weak, palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. This is a figure 4 leg lock. If I were applying full force right now, you would be in extreme pain. He effortlessly twists around again and grabs my arms. Good lord, he's strong. Any movement on my end is useless. And this is my arm bar. You're pretty good. You can tap out anytime you like. Not a chance. Hugo flips around one last time on top of me. He hooks his arm under my leg and presses his body down on my chest. And this is me pinning you. Our faces are inches apart right now. I can't tell if I'm breathing heavily because of the physical activity or because of something else. Mr. Shipper just walked in and did the U-turn and left. Ooh, he noped out. Go for it. Tap out, you coward. Go for it. I lean forward and kiss Hugo, who seems just as surprised as I am. I pull back, a little embarrassed, but he kisses me again. He slowly releases his submission hold on me and cradles my face in his hands. He presses his forehead against mine and we laugh. I guess we both win? Guess so. I pull him back in for another kiss. Do you have any more moves to show me? Hey. I think I might have a few. Oh yeah. Fade to birds chirping and other G-rated material. Ooh, look at our submission vote. Look at how much submission we got.
Looks like Paradise Lost.
They're done making out now.
She was closed.
Aw, that's too bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a run.
Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay, so now we are at our ending. We did it. We did it. Woo, I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway for her surprise party. Let's see if we left the darkest timeline behind us. Be cool, Ethan, be cool. Amanda walks to the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad, are we good or am I going to have to ask for some independence? Off to a good start. Something fishy. All right, so let's get her outside. Let's go with our traditional sorry, sweetie, it's the feds. And let's get out there to the dad. Ooh, there's, yeah, her gift. It's nothing special, but it's only the best TV series ever made. I dramatically whip the cloth of the table. Amanda's jaw drops because I actually bought her DVDs. Let's see. Okay, so let's go out and then see all the different people who talk to us. What? It's all our choices, and now he's in the wonderful Pablo Escobar shirt. You told me not to make a big deal. You seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of you and your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Dad, everyone's here. All of the men you were trying to date. Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you. All right. Ethan! Hey, Quizmaster Quinn, what's up? Quizmaster! And, like, Spin Master, I guess. Hey, who's ready for a crazy graduation party? You don't have to be on right now, Quinn. It's just a party. What do you mean? It's the, you know what? Keep that energy. Hold it close to you. You deserve it. Just like me and my loving wife deserve happiness, right? You know it. All right. Because that was Quizmaster. We hadn't talked to him before. Hey, Brian. Hey, Craig. Who haven't we read? Joseph. Hi, no cheating this time. Robert. Mwah. Matt. Damien, hi. Thanks for coming by, because we haven't seen him before. Oh, that's it. Hey, Damien. Bye, Damien. Oh, Ernest, still sullen. Let's see what Ernest has to say for himself. Hey. Now, why did I give him Robert's voice? I turn to see Ernest, looking like he has something to say. Hey, Ernest. Thanks for being nice to my dad. Whoa. People are really mean to him sometimes, including me. I am the meanest. I really need to stop. I mean, I guess I am too. That's right, Ernest. Introspection. But, he seems happy when you're around, so, that's cool. Well, geez, Ernest, I don't know what to say. You know, I think people got you pegged wrong. You got a soft side. I forgive you for throwing that rock at me that one time. If you tell anyone about this, or you saw me weeping at the theater, he remembers. He remembers. And he did not apologize. Look, he remembers. I'm gonna set your trash can on fire. Apologize for throwing a rock at me. There it is. Also, you don't know me. Before I can respond, Ernest walks away, a cloud of vapor trailing behind him. Of course it is. Well, that was at least a little pleasant. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat on our porch steps. The sun is setting and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. This is the moment. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Killer party pops. What can I say? I was inspired. So, I also have something for you. For me? Why? For being a fantastic father, that's why. Not to be completely genuine about my feelings once or anything, but growing up wasn't easy, but it could have been a lot harder if it wasn't for you. Nothing I did before warranted her not telling me this. I'm not over it. I'll never be over it. See my Salt album, first album coming soon. Dad, you've been there for me through everything, except when you ask me questions. That's not being there, apparently. I gotta stop clapping. There's been times in my life where you were my only friend. I was really scared of going to college and being so far away from you, but I realized that everything you've done for me has been to prepare me for this. And I'm ready. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. Don't cry. Don't cry. I swear to God, Ethan, if you cry again. You're the best dad. I love you. And I'm crying. Anyway, that was enough emotional vulnerability for one day. Present time. Amanda hands me a tiny wrapped package. Ooh, what is it? I tear the wrapping off to find a framed picture of me and Amanda. It's us. Kind of shocking, all of our photo albums are just pictures of me, huh? I figured we needed at least one together before I leave. Amanda, thank you. Watching you grow up has been the happiest experience of my life. You're such a talented, intelligent young woman, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Knock 'em dead, girl. Always do. Amanda and I share a hug. This is only the beginning, Pops. Plenty more memories for us down the road. Memories to make and stuff to break, right? Ugh. I'm gonna break so much stuff, intentionally and unintentionally. You're probably gonna have to pay for most of it. It would be my honor. Amanda hops up. Looks like someone's been waiting to talk to you. I glance over to the back of the yard where Hugo is sitting on a bench beneath our cherry blossom tree. He smiles at me. I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are going to go get ice cream. Why? When did that get solved? When did that get solved? Love you, Pops. When did that get solved? No, those were unfriendable offenses. No, Amanda, get some new friends. Get new friends. Amanda runs off to join her friends? Question mark? Am I the only one who feels like she really needs a new friend group because what they did was really atrocious and that she should never fully trust them again? This is very confusing. It's almost like the endings are reversed, you know? Like, what? What? How does that make any sense? Dad, I'm so sorry. My friends abandoned me and I'm so sad about it. Gonna go get ice cream with them. What? Why do her endings not make sense? All right, Hugo, help me. Hugo, help me understand. I take a seat next to Hugo as the last guests make their way out of the party. I think we found the one, like, okay, arguably, depending on how you feel, there might be multiple weak links, but I think that that is definitely a weak link in this game. Cool shirt.
Hey.
Thanks. It reminds me of a special night. Oh my goodness. It's getting steamy up in here. So the secret's out, huh? Hugo likes wrestling. You know, I was really nervous to come here dressed like this, but everyone in the neighborhood, they were nothing but accepting of me and my hobbies. It turns out that Craig's a huge nerd too. Oh, a huge fan, sorry. Same thing, it's fine. It's all good. Have fun. And Colin told everyone at school that I'm into wrestling, but it actually backfired on him. The kids have a weird sort of respect for me now. A few of them even asked me to be the sponsor of their wrestling club. Yeah, I know, I need the fan fiction now where she's just hanging out with Ernest and Lucian.
Oh.
Not the Olympic wrestling. The wrestling that I like. I actually like both, but there's an important distinction, and I think you know which one I'm talking about. Amelin, I love your headcanon. Yes, please. See, it just goes to show there's nothing wrong with being open about what you like. Like you. I agree, and as long as I'm being open, I'm also a huge fan of very handsome dads who throw great parties for their kids and love a good word jumble. I blush. And I'm a big fan of quick, think of something clever. Hugo's? This Hugo specifically. Heather, are there? I guess I've been hanging out too much in the Robert Joseph tag. Hugo laughs. He drapes an arm around my shoulders and pulls me closer. He plants a soft kiss on my forehead. I'm happy here. Me too. Hugo and I watch the sun dip below the horizon together. Hey, do you think maybe later you could show me some new wrestling moves?
Oh.
Ethan, how about I show you my pump handle pile driver? I can't help but giggle. What's that? You'll see. Ending is satisfactory. I like that ending. I like Hugo's arc. That was fun. Oh, did I forget to turn my thing off again? I always do that. Betty, yes, he did. He did moan. I want to see our picture. I'm excited for our picture. Oh my gosh. I know, we need the pics. Do 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 do. Oh, Hugo's got all the sex jokes. Come on, give it to me. Oh wow, can't use that in the context of this game. There you go. Is it all you hoped? Is it all you hoped? We did it. We committed. Continue. Got so many saves. Load my dad book. That's where we're at. Now, as promised, the both highly anticipated and not wanted for some of you in this stream who are here, Craig date. It's Craig date. Craig, hey, let's go work out or do something else I don't want to do. I can commit, I'm sure. Friends to lovers, Shiro lookalike dad. Luna, it's a good calling out. It took some time for our schedules to line up, but I was finally able to find a weekend where Craig and I could go camping. He always stays so busy with work and the kids, but it's good to know that we'll be able to spend some time relaxing, together, in nature. Since our first run, I've managed to go on regular runs with Craig. I mostly do them because it seems like the only time we get to hang out, but the added benefit is that I've seen some improvement in my health. Not as much as if I stopped eating pizza with Amanda, but it's a start. Make sure to save a lot. Oh gosh, is there gonna be effort? After my wonderful Vega date, where all I had to do was humiliate myself, I was able to sift through the attic and find my old camping gear from college. Craig put me in charge of bringing the sleeping bags and the tent while he takes care of the food. So you're gonna have, like, kale. So I double-checked to make sure everything's ready to go. Craig should be here any minute now. Oh, you can't feel any salt because you're happy about Shiro? Makes sense. Amanda's going to be spending this weekend on a school trip to our nation's capital. She hasn't been away from home without me for longer than a day since she was 14. I hope she isn't feeling as nervous about it as I am. Probably not. You always feel more nervous about those things than your kids. That's right. I know. Then he'll have to leave for the greater good. Ethan can't be Adam. Hey, Manda Panda. Amanda's in the middle of sitting on top of her luggage in order to get it to finally zip. Hey, Pops. Ready for your trip? Once I get this bad boy all zipped up, I'm good to go. How much did you pack? That seems like a lot for 2 days. Oh, it's all of my camera equipment, lenses, tripod, flash, all that. Are you even gonna have time to take pictures? Joey. Making the jokes like Mr. Vega. I'll find a way. I need to get some good shots for my series on national monuments. Ooh, what's the series about? It's one of those internet series where I reimagine Disney princesses as founding fathers. I'm into that. I'd follow Amanda's Tumblr page. What? I'm kidding. Nobody likes those. How dare you, Amanda? I was gonna follow you on Tumblr. I'm taking portraits of my friends. Mafia Mama, I hope it's explained somewhere in canon. Oh well, I'm gonna be in the woods, out there in nature, you know, roughing it. Just me and Mother Nature, the old Madre de Trees. Are you gonna be alright on your own? She's not really on her own. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna have any signal out there. I won't be able to text or call you at all. Oh, it's alright. I'll be able to survive a couple of days without constant updates on who to vote off of international haunted house hunters. Why you gotta call me out like that, Amanda? That's vital information and you know you like those updates. Galaxy Cat! Well, I'll miss you. And for the record, Bradley was pushed down a flight of ornate stairs by a ghost. They were really beautiful stairs. Amanda finishes zipping up the big suitcase and lugs it next to the door of her bedroom. She turns around and gives me a big hug. Relax, Dad Tron. I'm a big kid now. I can take care of myself. Besides, I gotta share a room with Monica Sanders and 2 mom chaperones. The most trouble I could possibly get into is falling asleep with a tub of ice cream on me. I like those channels where they draw like animal characters as humans and vice versa. Oh well, alright. Don't steal anything, okay? Since you asked nicely, fine. Promise. I step outside, hauling my bags behind me. Craig's already strapped some camping gear on top of my modest but stylish car. He notices me carrying my equipment and hurries over to take it from me. I got it. Don't you dare. Such a gentleman. Let's tease him a bit. Such a gentleman. I almost had a case of the vapors there. Oh, he'd like that. Never fear. These muscles were made for picking up heavy things and putting them in other places. Why is all of our dates tonight? Everybody. They've been reading your chat. Remember, it's your weekend to relax. Take it easy. Ethan will do all the work. Oh my god. Okay. I guess I can't argue with that. Everything good with Amanda? Yup, on her way to a school trip to Washington, D.C. What about your offspring? Already at Smashley's for the weekend. I'm ready to get my camp on. I load the rest of my stuff into Craig's car and we get in. Oh no! Okay, hold on. I need to seriously, like, drink this coffee. Side note, while I drink this coffee, how have all the trailers and announcements coming out of Comic-Con been, like, for you? Are you keeping track? Like, how's it been? This has been a good year, I think, with all the stuff. Yes, I'm chugging it. I want to hurry so we can go on this camping trip. Oh, hey, Merpug. You missed Hugo. Okay, we did it. Now onto the water. Okay. There we go. What's wrong? I think I left my juicer plugged in. We gotta go back. Not his juicer. Are you worried that someone's gonna break into your house and cold press some carrots? No, it's just... Just try to relax, man. Let the juicer float away. Take all of your worries and blend them into pulpy good vibes. He comes home. His house is burnt down. I should have turned back and unplugged the juicer. Craig takes a deep breath. Do we have anything to listen to? All I have at my place is a series of CDs that guide you through a thorough and intense calisthenics workout. Do you want to listen to those? I'm just kidding. Craig hands me a thick case filled with CDs. Oh, wise girl. Robin, please. He's so edgy. He has all the swears. Take your pick. I thumb through page after page of kids sing-along CDs. Oh yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star takes me back. Keep going. I get to the end of the case to find in the very last slot a blank CD with Craig's handwriting on it. DJ Kegs Stands Mega Mix Volume 1. Made it just for the trip. I think you'll like it. I pop the CD into the car stereo, and it's like I'm immediately transported to our old dorm room. Hit after hit plays, and soon enough we're both happily scream-singing the lyrics to each song as we fly down the highway. Kelly, I wish. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Faces past them, homebound. This song was Carl's favorite. Carl, the third roommate. You brought that dog home one night, and I couldn't pry you two apart. So we spent an entire semester fabricating a story about our foreign exchange student roommate who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. And then we had a room inspection. That RA was so suspicious of us, but could never prove anything. And Carl was just under a blanket. Bless that pup's courage under fire. Man, we did some dumb things back in college. The hours fly by as we belt out tunes and whatever non-existent key our voices register in. Can you imagine if it's tunes from when you grew up? Just wake me up, blaring out the car. Wake me up. Soon enough, we're surrounded by lush trees and spectacular vistas of everything amazing that nature has to offer. It feels good to be back out here. Real good. We park our car at the entrance of a familiar trail and load up our gear on our backs. I'm thankful I've been working on my health over the past couple of weeks. Otherwise, I'd be dreading all the hiking that's about to happen. Is this the horrifying woods where the twins were dissecting the poor capybara? Craig looks intently at his phone. Everything all right? Yep. Just had to fire off one last work email. Craig pockets the phone and we start off on the trail. It's relatively easy, but I know I would have been huffing and puffing at this point if it weren't for all the murder sprints. I look around me and take in the tall trees and animal chirps. Everything okay back there? There's no reception out here. Oh, he's having anxiety. He's having parent anxiety. He's having separation anxiety. Ethan, his kids are so young he has a baby. He's having separation anxiety. Oh yeah, being out in the middle of nowhere will do that. I recognize the look of anxiety on Craig's face. Yeah, you do. The first time I went out without my daughter, we only went up the block for dinner, and I legit had a panic attack in the restaurant. Whew, the memories. But what if there's a problem? There won't be. You've trained for this. Reception is the least of our worries. There won't be. It'll be okay. It will be okay. It'll be fine. Come on, bud. Who's a relaxed boy? Oh, don't talk to him like that. Who's a relaxed boy? You are. I don't know. Craig. I'm a relaxed boy. That's my dude. We keep marching down the trail, but it seems like Craig is still worried. After a bit, he stops in his tracks. Maybe we should go back. We can find another campground that gets good cell phone reception. Craig, seriously, what's wrong? I mean, I'm just really nervous. My dad instinct is kicking in and my mind keeps conjuring all sorts of worst case scenarios. What if something happens to my girls? I don't have a signal. I would have no way of knowing. Craig's concerns are my concerns. Constantly. Every day. I understand you. Craig, we're bonding, finally. Let me tell you, that feeling never goes away. Nope. No matter how old your kids are, you just gotta remind yourself that they're in good hands. Craig doesn't say anything. I give him a reassuring punch on the shoulder. Who's a relaxed boy? Try to remember why we came out here. The plan was to get away from it all and just focus on ourselves for this little trip. No distractions, no cell phone service, just two dads relaxing out in the woods. Craig looks me directly in the eyes. No distractions, no cell service, just two dads relaxing in the woods. Two bros in the woods, together, alone, roughing it. We're gonna have fun this weekend. Craig and I get back to marching. It's not too long of a hike before we get to the campsite, and we're both glad to see that we're the only people there. Can't believe you still have this tent. Found it in my attic, and already checked it for holes. It's seen better days, sure, but I think we'll be able to survive. Brokeback Forest. I dump the bag of fabric and poles onto the ground. We unfold the tent in the desired spot. I hand Craig the stakes. We still know how to do this, right? Of course we do. Yeah, see? The experimenting in college headcanon, guys. There you go. The woods is where they meet Connor. Hi, I'm the android sent by Cyberlife. Merpug, I wish. She's just the She-Hulk. We do not. After 20 minutes of struggling like people in a bad infomercial, we somehow managed to build an upright structure that closely resembles what a tent would look like if somebody asked you to draw a picture of one with their eyes shut. That was not what that sentence said, but I was already halfway through it when the words transposed, so that's what happened. I wouldn't put this up against a storm, but I think we'll be able to survive for the night. It's very mad. We set out a couple of chairs and our cooking equipment, admiring our handiwork. Bro, look at us go! Look upon the kingdom we have built. Upon this rock we shall grill our meats and drink our brews, for we hold dominion over this land. Another... Verily. And look at our camping chairs, which we are going to sit on. So what's next on the camp extravaganza docket? Well, now that we have shelter settled, I think it's time for us to do some exploring. There's a waterfall a little bit up the way that I'm sure we could hike to. Let's go hiking. Craig and I venture into the woods. We amble along, taking our time to chat and admire the wildlife. Craig reaches out an arm to stop me. Ooh, he did the stop short. Craig stopped short. Dude, does that look like what I think it looks like? I look over at where he's pointing. Oh my god, it does. That tree looks like a butt. Luna! Oh, your salt makes me happy. I can't get over how detailed it is. I examine the butt tree further. The contour is perfect. It even has back dimples. I thought we were going to have a great time camping, but this makes it even better. Craig holds back a snicker. I aspire to have every hike be as good as this one. I'm snickering now, too. Let us analyze this tree further. Craig and I share a huge belly laugh at our awful jokes. The best thing about this is that there's no daughters here to tell us our jokes are bad. We high-five. Craig and I hit the trail again. It's been a long time since we've been out here, but everything seems more or less familiar. We point out old landmarks that we remember back from our college days. I think we're getting close now. Check it out. There's a clearing up ahead. As we get closer, I can hear water running. Cresting over a hill, Craig and I are greeted by a wide clearing surrounded by trees. In front of us is a beautiful waterfall, spilling into a large body of water that runs into a river. Mouths agape with the genuine beauty of the place, we go to investigate. The old waterfall. Nice. It's gorgeous. Nature is so rad. Can I just have, like, nothing but a book full of Ethan quotes? Nature is so rad. Ethan, 2017. Because that's when the game came out. I know what year it is. Peering further, we get an idea of how deep the pool is. Think we could jump off of it like the old days? Ha! This old dad is happy here on dry land. Looks like you could climb right up over there. We didn't even bring swim trunks. Did he plan this? This was a site you knew about. You knew there would be nature. Why did you not bring swim trunks? What are you talking about? Craig immediately begins taking his clothes off. Hi, Craig. Ellipses. Look at Craig's butt or don't look at Craig's butt. I mean, me personally, the friends to lovers thing, and like if you're into this, like I totally get it. I understand the appeal of this and the appeal of Craig. It's quite clear. But for me, like, nah fam. But of course we'll look at his butt. I can't help but sneak a peek. That is a good butt. Craig turns around suddenly. He catches me looking. I do a lot of glute workouts. Craig knows. He's used to having his butt looked at. I immediately turn away blushing. You coming or what? I can't see that the same way after our Jesus is coming poster. Oh, I don't know about this dude. He's already making his way over to the waterfall by the time I finish my sentence. When he realizes I'm not behind him, he turns around and rolls his eyes. We lived together for years. I've seen your ass more times than I can count. It's no big deal. I cracked. It's happening. Whatever. ASS. You got it, Chief. Let's put on a show. Who needs pants anyway? Oh, save? I always listen when my peeps tell me to save. Who needs pants? Pff, pants are just forces of constriction. They're society's oppressors, that's right. Down with pants. Down with the system. That's the spirit. I take my shirt off and drop it in a pile with Craig's clothes. I put the rest of my clothes on the ground, feeling exposed. Craig and I climb up to the top of the waterfall, making sure not to slip on any wet rocks. He reaches the peak before I do and offers me a hand getting up. At the top, we look over the cliff and into the tiny lake. It seems so much higher up from this perspective. Craig has always been a daredevil. He pulled some stunts in college that I'm honestly still shocked he survived. I was always the one standing on the sidelines, watching and hoping I wouldn't be bringing him home in a gurney. Man, this could be dangerous. Craig looks me in the eyes. Don't think. Just jump. Craig cannonballs off of the waterfall into the lake, creating a huge splash. I'm worried for a moment before he finally resurfaces from under the water. Woo! Woo! He treads water and looks up at me. You coming or what? Don't think. Just jump. How are you supposed to just not think? I'm pretty sure that's not physically possible. My toes grip the edge of the rock. The water looks so far away. Don't think. Just... I run off the edge, trying to do my best cannonball. Somewhere in the middle, it turns into a really graceful belly flop. I hit the water with a loud slap. Heather, that would explain a lot. I resurfaced to find Craig giggling. I rate that belly flop a solid 8 out of 10. Your form was lacking, but your heart was in the right place. I playfully splashed water at Craig. You sure about that? Uh-oh. Splash fight. I splash him again. You've given me no choice, bro. I'm just gonna add bro. Craig splashes me in the face with a huge wave of water. You've awakened the beast. He launches another wave of water at me. Don't you put me in a corner here. Don't put a wild animal in the corner. Dunk him. Dunk him. I lunge for Craig and manage to get him in an arm lock. Time for the finishing move. I summon all of my dad's strength to lift Craig out of the water. Hey! And I drop him down for the splash. Craig bounces back out of the water. My turn. Oh no, it seems like Craig was simply allowing me to pick him up and dunk him. He grapples me with his clearly superior muscles and quite literally tosses me across the water. I emerge from the water, devastated. These are just the physical dates, huh? This was a good pairing. I didn't know these dates would align so well. You think I did all those pull-ups just so I could look good with my shirt off? Nah, bro. These arm cannons are dad launchers. Craig does a playful flex for me. He's flexing on us. Damn. Hold on. Thirstier. Damn. Craig, truce, please. Craig thinks about it. Yeah, sure. We shake hands. This is peace. Man, that jump was such an adrenaline rush. Not so scary now, huh? Now we're getting like Joseph level moans out of Craig. This is intense. I'll race you to the top. We're having fun. Yes, we're having fun. Let's continue. I'll race you to the top. We run all the way up to the slick rocks and cannonball off the waterfall again. What a rush. Good form on that one. Want to go again? You know it. One last time, though, because I feel like he can die here. He's going to be too tired and push himself and just die. With the same energy we had in our youth, we climb back up the top of the waterfall. I'm brave enough to try a flip, which I'm sure looks incredibly graceful as I belly flop into the water. Whew, man, this is fun. Got one more in you? I live for danger. It takes us a little more time, but we get to the waterfall and both do our best running jumps into the water below. Alright, I think that's my limit. We should get going back before it gets too dark. You're right. I've never felt more alive. That's where he dies. You know it. You know he will kill himself. Just Ethan. He doesn't know his limits. You're right. We should probably head back. We go put our clothes back on. I notice they're soaking wet. Maybe a splash fight wasn't the best idea. Ah, it's okay. We'll get a fire going in no time. We can dry off and get some dinner going. We'll come back to this. We'll come back and see if he does. You know, that always amuses me. Oh my god, that sounds so bad. You know what I mean, though. Sopping wet, we hike back to the camp and unpack everything we need for dinner. Craig pulls out a couple of steaks and some chopped potatoes and tinfoil. You ready for a feast? Hey man, take a seat. The Craig train is pulling into the relaxation station, and I'm your conductor. Let me cook for you. Absolutely not. Cooking is the thing that relaxes me the most. I'll take it from here. Craig cooks now? I remember how his entire sophomore year diet consisted of microwavable mac and cheese, but not microwaved. And I have trouble believing the thing he just said. At least let me start the fire. Sure, let me just grab my matches. Craig reaches into his backpack. He rummages around his bag, pulling things out and checking every pocket. Uh-oh. I know I packed it. Craig checks another bag and still can't find it. My stomach grumbles, and now I'm more acutely aware of how cold and wet I am. We really need to get a fire started. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. Gosh, I'm so stupid. I could have sworn I packed it. I'm sorry, dude. Don't be. We can figure this out. We can start a fire. We're smart guys. I mean, how hard could it be? I've watched plenty of survival programs on TV. If a naked reality TV star can do it, so can we. Two nearly naked dads in the forest. We'll need some wood. I gesture to the trees around us. There's no shortage of that. And some tinder. We can make that work. And then I think some ancient aliens are then supposed to come by and give us advanced technology, or renovate our house. Depends on the show. Craig and I gather a variety of wood bark and moss until we have all of the materials that could conceptually make a passable-looking campfire. Kelly, he keeps his matches in his juicer. Just add fire, right? That's the fun part. The sun is just now setting, and a cool breeze rustles the leaves of the trees around us. We have to work quick. Nice. I've done this in the past, and I know I can figure it out. Just give me a second. Any way I can help? Give me some moral support. Lift my spirits, and we'll make this fire happen. He's got to do it with his mind, without power, his telekinesis. You can do it. Never knew a better Craig, or go overboard with the compliments. Come on. Go overboard with compliments, Craig. You're just the best. And everybody in the chat loves you, and you're really giving that fire the business. Ethan. Ethan, why? You're an amazing, hardworking father with a steady work ethic, and everyone loves you. Your daughters think you're a superhero, and the neighborhood dads respect you immensely. Also, your butt looks great. Bro, stop. You'll make me cry. I feel like that's how all compliment lists should end. And your butt looks great. I'm sorry, Luna. Okay. Don't want your tears putting out the fire. Eventually, Craig is miraculously able to get something going. He blows on the embers and gently places the glowing moss into the base of the pit. Soon enough, we have a nice little fire going. Way to go, man. We're regular old outdoorsy fellas. Hooray for not dying. I take a seat in one of the lawn chairs Craig bought and cozy up to the fire, warming up my hands. Relax, man. Take it easy. Let me handle the dinner. I watch as Craig stokes the fire and sets up a makeshift grill for the steaks. After all that hiking and swimming and fire starting, I'm able to relax a bit. With the sound of crickets and the scent of steak filling the air, I actually feel pretty calm. Craig expertly sears 2 steaks in a pan. He's been heating up on the fire, cracking thyme and crushed ginger over it while basting them both in butter. This is some bougie, fancy camp food. I'm real excited. Wow, I didn't know he was actually good at cooking. The fanciest I ever saw him get in college was when he started sprinkling the seasoning packet onto dry ramen and eating it straight up. Well, I mean, that's just a culinary classic. When did this happen? You used to eat cereal every morning with beer instead of milk. Ugh. That just sounds so bad depending on what cereal it was. That's just horrifying. Like Lucky Charms or Fruit Loops. You're like, ooh. I grew up, I guess. I think these are just about ready. Craig puts the steaks onto a paper plate and sets them aside. I start to reach for one, but Craig smacks my hand away. Dude, let them rest. It'll be more flavorful that way. I patiently return to my seat, eyeing the steaks longingly from a distance. They smell incredible. Craig prepares a side salad for us in the meantime, sprinkling feta cheese onto freshly chopped greens. He plates it next to a generous pile of roasted potatoes covered in olive oil and rosemary. Can I go camping with Craig? Like, forget the romance. Can Craig just feed me? That sounds fantastic. Once it's all ready, we sit down by the fire and dig in. Everything taste okay? I'm in heaven. That's what I like to hear. Remember how for an entire semester we would eat burritos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It's so hard to not go back to that. Look at you now, man. You have kids, a great job, and now you cook like a vengeful wizard whose arch nemesis is microwavable food. I'm really impressed with how much you've gotten your life together. Craig laughs, but there's no humor in it. Huh. I'm glad you think that. I glance at Craig while he picks at his salad. He really grew out of his baby face, but there's something about his expression that makes him seem so much older than he is. A sense of maturity he didn't have in college. He looks exhausted. You okay? Yeah. Come on, dude. I've known you for long enough to see when you're down. I know, Betty. It claimed that Ethan has a job. I do not know what Ethan does. I should look it up. Let's just be like, what does Ethan do? I'm tired, bro. I think being out here is making me realize just how drained I feel. You work really hard, Craig. It can't be easy. I have to. For my girls, I volunteer at their school. I cook healthy meals for them. I do everything I can to make sure they're safe and happy. And when they're with their mom, I'm always working overtime so I can support them. And then you work out a lot so you can crush anyone who stands in their way? That would make sense, Rachel. I'm sure it's like, I know it's something. It's just funny that he's always like, oh, I'm working so hard. Long haul paranormal ice truckers. Hamlin. Oh my god, Sunshine Blaze, yes. Ethan would write the best romance novels. That, and I don't want to fall into my old habits. I need to set a good example for my girls. Everything I do is for them, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But it seems like it's bleeding you dry. If that's what it takes to raise them, then it's worth it. Craig, buddy, I know where you're coming from, but you gotta take care of yourself, too. Oh my gosh, Heather, I love it. All the dates are in his head, and he's just a creeper. He's been at home writing erotic friend fiction this entire time. I do, though. I eat right and exercise, and that's not what I mean. You're too little butter on too much toast, you know? What? You're spreading yourself too thin. Life needs balance. It's great that you care this much about your kids, but you can't neglect your own needs because you're too busy taking care of everyone else's. You matter too. It's just, I know I can provide for my family, and if I take a step back and look at everything objectively, I know I'm doing right by them. But I can't explain it, man. There's always that voice in the back of my head telling me that I need to do more. It's like it's never enough for me. Every time I try to relax, that voice keeps telling me I don't deserve it. To be honest, I even feel guilty about being out here. Wow, Craig, Craig, the relation. This is a Craig I had not seen before. I understand, Craig. I feel your pain. Craig, you're trying your best and you're doing an amazing job. That's a fact. But even if you weren't, you would still deserve happiness.
Oh, man.
Do I, though? Whoa. That's just the silence, because, whoa, that's, Craig. Hell yeah or hell yeah, bro. I don't know. I want to answer this right. I mean, they're both positive. But which one? Hell yeah, bro. Bros for life. Bros for life. I look at Craig and think about what a good friend and even better father he is. He's compassionate, he's hardworking, he's relentlessly positive. He encourages everyone to be the best version of themselves. He makes me want to be a better person. If you could only see yourself the way I see you. Craig beams. He gets up and walks over to his supplies. Come on, I brought dessert. Oh, are you going to use the campfire to torch the tops of some creme brulee? What? I know little to nothing about cooking. Craig pulls out marshmallows. Well, you still know how to make s'mores, right? I think the more important question is, do you know how to make s'mores? As I recall, you used to just completely blacken the marshmallows. Oh, I stand by that. It's charred on the outside, but the gooey center is preserved. Brutish. Craig throws a marshmallow at me and I catch it in my mouth. Pro move. We used to be able to do that at a great distance against a wind disadvantage. Give me a week of practice and I'll be competitive again. Craig and I sit in the warm glow of the campfire watching embers float up towards the sky. The stars are so much brighter out here. Yeah. I missed this, Ethan. Me too. We stay here until it gets late, half remembering stories from college. We watch as the fire dies and eventually clamber into the tent. Day 2. We crawl into the tent and I unfurl my sleeping bag. Oh, no, still night 1. Night 1. Wait, where's the other sleeping bag? Well, Ethan, you just watch all the rom-coms, don't you? I look around for a second. Oh. Oh no, I must have left it at home. It's all yours, dude. I'm sorry. I'll just curl up over here. No way, here. Craig unzips the sleeping bag and spreads it out so there's enough room for both of us to lay on top of it.
Nice.
Night, bro. Good night, bro. I roll over and we face away from each other, without a blanket. It's really cold. It's every body heat sharing fic out there. They've been reading all the fanfics. They know what we want. I shiver, and without realizing it, I find myself nestling closer to Craig. I'm sure he won't mind. He turns over and I can feel his breath on my neck. It's hard to focus on anything else. I turn over, trying to get more comfortable. I open my eyes to find Craig's face only a few inches from my own. For once, he looks at peace. His eyes flutter open. His hands find a place on my waist. I'm not sure who leans in first, but suddenly, we're kissing. We look at each other again, my heart racing. Craig, I got strong feelings for you, bro. Feelings I can't deny anymore. Bro. I was right. Bro, me too. I run my hands through his hair, then down to his chest. Craig brings me closer, wrapping his arms around me. I feel so secure. You know, talking about old times is fun, but I like making new memories with you. I smile, tracing the lines of his hip with my finger. We kiss again. I'm not worried about us getting too cold tonight. Fade to black. So we don't even need the next day. We know what they did all the next day. We know what happened. We know what happened. All right. Whew. All right. Let's get to our outro. Let's do it. Craig and Ethan under the cherry tree. Kissing. Anybody different? Hi, Hugo. I still love you. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's good. Oops. I skipped through some of their stuff. Briar. I'm sorry, Briar. I love you. What? You didn't finish your sentence. What are we going to be finishing each other's sentences? See? Third twin. Aw, they're all going to get along so well. I'm so happy. I have to go. I have to go see Craig. I'm glad everybody approves. It's always nice. Here's a gift. We're in the good timeline now. Woo! Amanda runs off to join her friends. Is Hugo my favorite? I don't know. I mean, I really enjoy all of the arcs for different reasons. I take a seat next to Craig as the last guests make their way out of the party. Bro! This reminds me of the parties we used to throw. Fewer keg stands, of course. Probably for the best. I don't want to get my hip replaced after a party trick goes wrong. We can leave keg stands in the past. I'm, taking this weekend to relax. This party was my first stop on the express train from the relaxation station. Next stop is Napville, which is the best town of all time. But pull into the Ethan concourse. I'd like to book a ticket to Napville as well. I might have to meet you halfway at eating food directly off of your own stomach town. We both giggle, but man, do I want to just pour some chips in my belly while I hang out in a hammock. Craig, I'm glad you're making time for yourself. I am too, and I hope that he's talking to somebody and working through his issues of feeling like he doesn't deserve happiness. Me too. Stress is a funny thing, dude. I didn't realize how overworked I was until we got away from the city. It's honestly just as destructive as binge drinking every night and eating burritos off of the floor. I guess we need to get out of the city more often then. Craig kicks his leg over the side of the bench and leans onto me, lying down on my lap. I run my fingers through his hair. You're looking for balance. I admire that. Oh, like a mammal a list on the best and worst dates. I'm trying to not feel guilty about doing things for myself. It's a process. Actually, that sounds kind of fun. And it's gonna take me some time to figure it out. I might need your help, bro. Craig, I'll be your bro till the day I die. And if being your bro means forcing you to take care of yourself, then I'll happily oblige. Craig looks up at me, smiling. Bro, that means so much to me. Craig sits up and pulls me into a kiss. Bro, we both laugh. You and me, we're gonna be all right. Bro. It's gonna be all right, bro. Yeah, let's get our picture. I was gonna make a cha-ching sound. That is not the sound a picture makes. Cha-ching. I know, right? Marry me, bro. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, bro. Yay! Craig! Do we have one more in us? Do we have one more? Another. Can we get just one more? Ugh. Must go back. Dad book. I have all the dads, always. Robert! Robert? Okay. You guys want Robert? Oh, I can't. Why did I pick that voice? Why? Alright, Robert. I can commit to Robert. Okay. I haven't spoken to Robert since the night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then, like more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. Mavi and Mama, I love that crack ship so much. We have to do Joseph last. I mean, even if we don't get the cult ending, we get the quote-unquote good ending. I mean, it's not really, like, Joseph's special. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him, because he's going to show up at my house at night again. I don't want that. Ethan. Hey, Ethan. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? That's not his voice. Ethan. Hey, Ethan. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I take a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess it's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. Why? Why? I've never touched this stuff in my life. Lips that touch liquor shall not touch mine. Robert, you don't need to worry about that. We're going there to pray. Alright, I'm in. See you there. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Amanda pops her head into the hallway. Music I don't recognize blaring from her room. What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend? I have friends. How awful is that as a sentence after what she told him? It's like he's throwing it in her face. Hey, Amanda, I have friends. I know they don't mean it like that, but think about it. That's hilarious. Hashtag think about it. Ethan's the worst. Oh, it's so good. I'm happy for you, Dad. This is where she goes and cries in her room again. People enjoy my company, Amanda. Stop. Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad stuff. Amanda, language. Last one, let's banter. Amanda, You know what? You're a real adult now. I gave it an earnest effort for all 18 years of your life. Go forth and swear. No kidding, right? Do you have any friends, Amanda? I really hope I don't regret this later. Ooh, I unlocked an achievement for letting Amanda swear. I mean, really, it's not that big a deal. I mean, if the worst thing your kid does is swear, like, as long as they're not cussing you or other people out, like, if they just want to pepper up their language a bit, like, it's not that big of a deal. There are so many worse things. Like, you know, Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad songs. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. Also, what's his going out coat look like? I want to know. Also, it's better to just let them. Because, I mean, if you don't, that's when they, like, do it, like, overdo it. It actually seems like he combed his hair, and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey, Janet. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette. Has hot dogs on it? Yes, I hope his coat does. And goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you? To us? To toast? Question mark? To us. 2 bros with cool jackets hanging out. Here's to us and all the property damage and petty larceny that we may commit tonight. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. Who is this Robert? So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down in an old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned. Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where is my phone call? Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. You're replacing me with a new kid? Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. I swear, like, Robert, Mary, and Joseph are my OT3. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert clean pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What? You got a court date coming up? He looks handsome. He never convinced the jury. He does. I like all of these answers. Oh, I like them all. No. I like them all. He'll never convince the jury. I'm so excited. He does look handsome. I think he cleans up nicely. Oh! No. No, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Don't look. What are you looking at? Nothing's happening. That didn't. No. We pick the right answer all the time. It's fine. Wait, no. That didn't happen. The state's perfect. The state's perfect. It's fine. That was the darkest timeline. We don't live there anymore. No. That's all good. Whew. You'd never convince a jury. That's what we said the first time, right? He would have had to shave first. Seriously, though, what's up with you? He likes it. He doesn't like the straight-up compliments to his face. Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious.
It's Pappy. Doctor's saying it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told the old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone.
Oh, come on. Ethan, don't be a jerk. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his pappy.
Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs.
Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights.
I look at his life, and I look at mine. I know history is just doomed to repeat itself.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night. Probably screw like donkeys.
Wait. Aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were an expert on which animals I can't.
Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth.
Me and Ethan are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with?
Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? It looks like one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time.
I've always wanted to do one of those.
You know, all the stories are fake, right?
Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research.
Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him.
Come on.
We can't just crash it, can we?
Don't be such a square, Ethan. Just act like you belong.
Ethan can do that. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Hey, it was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. Tourmaster Quinn. To date, we do not know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it is widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day.
It was actually 1692.
What?
And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. And this is my colleague, Doctor.
80s reference, 90s reference, 2000s reference, the contemporary reference. Ooh, the choices. Also good. Oh, I don't even know. 80s reference. Yeah, because Robert's old. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book.
You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition.
A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Oh, so we made him sad. Sad Master Quinn. Aye, are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. Also, Quinn should recognize me. I mean, I've been going to weekly trivia night, Quinn, and I was at the dance. How can you not remember? I'm helping you fix your life.
We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know.
As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the coffee spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour.
Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up, Ethan. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered. Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt.
Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time.
Our group arrives at an old, decrepit, colonial-style house. A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I want to see all the movies that Quinn is in. Please. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudevillian mime work. Tourmaster Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Of course it is. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was widely popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very house that she wrote the classics, such as The Diaries of Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. Yes, please. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic, where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues work on her latest bestseller. I just heard Mr. Shipper start to come in and it freaked me out because you're talking about ghosts. Oh, I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work. No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes.
Actually, consumption is a popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide.
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption.
Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart.
I think everyone would much rather hear what the world-renowned ghost historian has to say. Right, everyone? The group murmurs in agreement.
This is a topic we cover extensively in our book, Dr. Loomis. Would you care to tell the story?
I come up with a good story. And yes, I would, because I can't tell an entire story in Robert's voice. I just cannot. Riff something highbrow, go with something I know. Rely on amazing improv comedy skills. I think I should go with what I know. I mean, Ethan has a bit of a hard time with these things. So, in the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo, the Carpathian, has taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Hey, isn't that the plot too? Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Haha, what an interesting story. Haha. Now, I just want everyone to know the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I could exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for. Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street. Take it sleazy, fellas.
God help that poor soul.
Mary or the kid?
Both.
Our last stop. This burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay. Is that just Damien? It's just Damien chilling, having a nice late night stroll, and then this tour comes and ruins everything. The children of the moonlight.
What about the Dover ghost?
By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it?
Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all this way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, not even mention the infamous Dover ghost.
That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons. Yeah, I know Galaxy Cat, the continuity in this, like, don't look for continuity. This is not the game to come to for continuity. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Just go with it. Just go with it. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area.
I can guarantee there's one you don't know.
Robert looks over at me and smiles.
Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met?
No. The entire group shushes the tour guide. Shh. Okay, fine. Tell the story. Sad Master Quinn.
Well, it was a dark and stormy night.
I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when I was just a Bible salesman, traveling grifter, carnival baker. I don't even know. These are all so good. All of the answers are fantastic for that. This is an odd date. I'm enjoying it. Oh, it's the Robert voice. I don't even know. Whew. Back when I was a carnival baker, living free and easy with the circus folk, they were always kind to me. Took me in when I was young, but I knew I wanted something more. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that this city has a dark side.
No, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment operating the EVP machine, all that.
Wait.
Yes?
Who was the famous ghost hunter?
Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers.
The tour group gasps. Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her?
Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie.
Pour a drink out for the homegirl.
Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgie was never one to shy away from adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman.
Wailing ghost of the wharfman.
Whatever, your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost, man, tell him, Loomis.
So, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of running the dunk tank, working a couple of short cons, selling Bibles. Do I have to keep in continuity with my own story? Can I just, working a couple of cover short. Yeah. Classic pigeon drop scam, putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate.
And thank God you did. Georgie and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run. The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started hearing this faint, distant scraping sound like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something grabbing my ankle.
Robert has the whole crowd hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop.
I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die.
The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum, just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God. To this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long. Its eyes glowed red. It was like a walking shadow. What did I do? What's any good person would do? I lunged for... Shoot. What was his fake name again? Is he Daniel? Oh my gosh. What was his name? Help. I know it was McSturgis. But what was his first name? What was his name? Ah! Who remembers? Seriously. Was he Daniel or David? I think he was... Okay, y'all are saying Daniel? Okay, Daniel. Thank you. Daniel? Woo! For you paying attention in the chat. I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug-of-war with the unholiest of forces.
I thought I was going to be torn in half.
But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always keep on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passages it opened up to. Let's go with Revelations. Revelations 1:3.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
I mean, if we want to be creepy, the other ones weren't, like, this was the best one of the ones offered, and the last one wasn't a thing. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood.
That creature clawed into my chest, got me real good, had to get 16 stitches.
Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs.
And that's how I got this scar. I followed George and Matthews to the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room, but I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that. And neither was I.
Yeah, I think we're full on culting it if he has that. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of the experience a better man and a better friend.
And we've been brothers ever since.
The tour group gives us around. I love also that this headcanon is continuing with him and Dean. It's getting better and better. I'm seeing it on the side. The tour group gives a round of applause as Daniel, or Robert, and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. He smells real good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes.
Thank you, thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story.
Be sure to watch out for our book. That's so much saving in this date. I'm so afraid. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural, Ice Road Ghost Truckers, I Saw a Demon, The Shocking True Story of Seeing a Demon, The Bros Guide to the Hottest Ghosts. Firstly, that's awful, and secondly, he needs to write that one with Craig. I Saw a Demon, The Shocking True Story of Seeing a Demon, Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one. Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. That's right, give me a shirt. Give me a shirt. The tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leans in close. If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me.
You got it, buddy.
After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. That was incredible.
I really can't believe they bought all of that. I didn't know you had it in ya. Ethan, excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche.
And the Cooper conspiracy theory bit wasn't.
All part of the character.
Well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house.
Want to have a drink?
You trying to poison me? Is that even a question, though? She said to keep an eye on him. Is that even a question? Robert, how long have you known me for? Do you really think I would turn down the opportunity to share a fine alcoholic beverage with my treasured friend and accomplice, Mr. Robert Barbert Small?
If you ever call me Bobbert again, I will kick you right in the shins. Both of them.
Then you can expect an angry phone call from my orthopedist in the morning. Bobbert. Robert just laughs and starts unlocking his door. My shins live to die another day. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skittering across the floor. Oh god, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact.
Betsy, hey, be nice.
I have to sneeze. It's been, happening for a while. Oh, just happen or don't happen. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Betsy? Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles and sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. This is the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull. And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost.
Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl?
Betsy rolls over for a well-deserved belly rub.
I have to keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wall in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies.
We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There are sleek modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both a glass of whiskey. I love that disappeared in his hand. He's a wizard. From the well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? You want to know how I got these scars? And don't tell me you got fishing for Alaskan king crabs in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. It's gonna get dark. Let's save. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink.
My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock and flew over the handlebars. Then we went to the hospital. And that's it. Not a very interesting story.
I've never heard you talk about your daughter.
Well, I have one.
That's why I'm on Dad Book.
That's her.
He points at a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she?
25, 26. Not too sure.
Does she live around here?
No. Val lives back home in Brooklyn. Works at some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets though.
That's right, she's living that life. She's an online game streamer. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it.
You like Santana?
Yes?
Great.
Robert puts on Santana, then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Oh, so we're gonna get real to some sweet, smooth Santana? What's the ship name? Risky. Yeah. Robert leans in and kisses me. The taste of whiskey burning my lips. All these dates, all of a sudden we're getting kissed and it's getting physical. Like our first two final dates were so tame and now everybody's just all over Ethan. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth.
I am now.
I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites lightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. Wait. It's not that. Robert bites down. I have to stifle a moan. Stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away.
No biting.
No, I'm more than okay with that. Ethan's here for that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away.
I'm fine. Been kind of stressed out, tired, not a big deal.
Yeah, we know that Robert likes to use sex as a coping mechanism. We gotta talk about this. Push it. No, he's not okay. As much as, we're all thirsty for Robert. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground.
You don't know me that well, Ethan. I'm not a good person.
He takes a deep breath. Astro. Now that's in my head. Push it real good. Do.
I spent my whole life only taking and taking and taking. And now here I am, an old broken man sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken. Alone.
But that's the thing, McReese. Okay, side note before we get into Robert's sad backstory. Every other time in the game, pushing it is the right option. Have you noticed that? With Hugo, with Matt, now probably with Robert. Every other time it's fine. Except for that one time. I am not over it. Okay. But I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings. He sighs heavily.
It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up.
Are you? I'm sorry, but is this a bit...
No.
When was the last time you saw her?
Three, 4, I think.
Months?
Years.
I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two?
I don't want to talk about it.
Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure of what to do next.
Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her, I always did. Things just got in the way. Before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Meryl and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking. But temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then, the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too.
Robert.
I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead. My daughter hates me. And now, I convinced myself that this,
He gestures vaguely in my direction.
was gonna make me happy. Why do I even try anymore?
I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to.
No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just gonna mess it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go.
Robert puts his head in his hands. Oh. Serious life choices. Tell him what he wants to hear. Tell him what he needs to hear. Walk away. Tell him what he needs. Tell him what he needs. Nothing is going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret that I wish I could take back or do over. And thankfully I can because of the sweet rewind undo button. And it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either. But nothing is going to change if you don't, and you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right. I don't know you that well, but you have the same capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. I love how every single Ethan date ends with like a Picard speech. It's so good. Val is giving you a chance. Don't waste it.
But,
Robert, listen to me. It's gonna be okay.
but,
I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head in my shoulders, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand on the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders, then sobs, and I realize that he's crying.
thank you.
We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep. A. Huh. Why A? Curiouser and curiouser. Did we get to see Val? I'd like to see Val. Do I not get to see her because I didn't get an S? Let me see. Let's see. Maybe she'll be here. I'm curious. I want to know more. I need to know more. I need to know. I don't know what to say. I love seeing all your love interests, Dad. They make parties so good. Hi, Mary. Wow. And I'm here for my revenge. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Ethan, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. He promised me there would be free food, so that kind of makes it hard to pass up. And look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real closed book, you know. Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you sure can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you. I think I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better, a lot better. And between him shaving for once and how he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm gonna go to school for it. You take pictures? Yes. Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val walks away. She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market synergy. While you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you later, Pops. All right, we did it. We did it. We did it. Joseph, your wife is dual wielding wine glasses over there.
Yes.
Good ending. Robert. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey, that is not him at all. What was that? Boo, fail, unsubscribe.
Hey,
Hey. Ellipses. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table.
good stuff.
Yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val.
She physically threatened you.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
She said you've been doing better.
Trying to work on the vices. I also showered today.
We sit in silence for a moment.
You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. But lately, it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped.
I'm glad.
I like you, Ethan. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time.
I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his.
You're special to me. But I have some stuff I need to work on. Emotional before I can get into something romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit. Figure some things out.
Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend. And I'm very happy to be that for you. Because we did not achieve a romantic ending, but it's fine. Friends. Friends. Friends until you're bitter.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where Ethan is. Ethan's all up in the cul-de-sac.
Let's hunt ghosts sometime.
I would love that. I put my head on his shoulder and we watched the sun slowly dip below the horizon together. Satisfying. Emotionally satisfying. I'm emotionally satisfied. Woo! We did it. Oh, look at what he whittled. Look at his cute whittling. Yeah. We did it. I just feel really satisfied right now. I'm like, yeah, job well done. Accomplished. What did you do today? Oh. We did it. Yay. Whew. Well, no, two. We haven't done Matt either. We still also need to do the final Matt dates. So we got 2 left. We got Matt and Joseph. Yes. I know, right? Val's like the true person that I want to date in this game. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I think I will leave that as it is for now. I think I'll leave that as it is for now, and then we will finish off, and then of course we gotta go back and do all the fun options. I know, like, I need a sequel game so badly. The all female version. I need it. I need it in my life. That's right. Coffee and cheating next time. Oh, well, thank you so much. As always, this was a wonderful, wonderful, fun time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, day, whatever it is. We'll be back. More videos, more dads, all of the things. So many things happening always. So, of course, I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.